So today, as we start our presentation, when we were preparing for this, we thought about how we wanted to come up with simple but powerful tools which people could use immediately after the webinar and boost search marketing performance instantly. It's all about simplicity. So the basis of this presentation is the fact that we have extensive experience and have helped many search marketers for SEM and SEO, and the tools we're presenting to you can be used by any search marketer. They've been used by our own team, in fact, for running successful search marketing campaigns, and the message that we want to really reiterate today is that simple is powerful. So the three search marketing tools are going to be presented are the SEO competitor analysis, the keyword combinator, the keyword performance analyzer, plus we have a bonus today, one key metric that every search marketer should use. And Udayan is going to take you through the tools now.
Hello everyone, this is Udayan. I'm the founder and CEO of Little. The first tool that I wanted to present to all of you is called the SEO competitor analysis tool. Now this tool basically enables marketers to go ahead and do a 15 SEO metric comparison of your website for a particular keyword with your competitor's website. So we'll actually sort of go ahead and do an actual demo of this particular tool. So I have opened this site called lxrmarketplace.com. Now we started lxrmarketplace.com more out of sort of passion for sharing knowledge and sharing free tools back in November 2011. It gives me absolutely immense pleasure to announce that the tools on this website, they are all free, and currently they are being utilized by more than 10,000 marketers on a regular basis. In fact, the average session time, the average usage session time of the tools or people spending on the LXR Marketplace site is more than about 25 minutes. So as discussed, we'll be sort of going through the SEO competitor analysis tool first. So we are still on the lxrmarketplace.com site, and let me just type in a sample URL. I'll just use Macy's.com. And let me compare Macy's with jcpenney.com. And I want to do this analysis for flatware category, or let us say the search phrase is flatware. I also want to factor in so that we are able to really crawl and sort of find out from even redirected URLs, because a lot of the companies actually use redirected URLs as well. And then I have to just sort of simply click on the get result button. Once I do that, it probably takes less than about 10 seconds for our tool to really come up with a fairly wide range of competitive search engine friendly metrics. So you have things like the domain name, the page size, word count, image count, link count, etc., etc. You have also their different tags. Now this, again, as I sort of emphasize, is for the flatware search phrase as such. Now you can sort of register and download the report. I'll just sort of use my login ID to download this. And this report really opens up in a very sort of friendly, again, a very tabulated format. And this can be really shared across your SEO and SEM team. The interesting part about this report is, I mean, it's a fairly comprehensive report. It compares, as I mentioned, your SEO friendly, your website SEO friendliness with your competitors' SEO friendliness for a particular search phrase. We have also mentioned specific recommendations that a marketer should follow to really improve or enhance their SEO friendliness as such. So this was, I think, the first tool that we wanted to share with you, just because we have found through our research our ongoing research since 2008 that many times marketers go about and launch a particular sort of a new product category or get into a new website, maybe new sort of product assortment, etc. But they do not really do an adequate amount of competitor research before really going ahead and doing that. So this tool just enables you to really sort of do that in a much more data-based manner. The next tool, which I wanted to present to you, actually it's basically a combination of two simple keyword tools. The reason I sort of mentioned two tools primarily because they almost like go hand in hand. So again, both of these are SEM tools, or let us say paid search, advertising, efficiency analysis tools. Now, anyone who's running ads on, let us say, Google AdWords or Bing knows the importance of the keyword portfolio or coming up with an optimal keyword portfolio and keyword list. Now, the entire process is significantly depending on your ability or being able to generate new keywords on a regular basis, test those new keywords constantly, analyze the keyword performance after, let us say, a span of about 15 to 30 days of test, and then fine-tune the keyword list. So this is almost like an ongoing process. And as someone who has really sort of been a part of teams that have managed more than 200 retailer campaigns in 11 countries, I can absolutely vouch for the importance of this rapid testing capability. So again, going through the same sort of an overall flow, generate keywords quickly, test keywords for 15 to 30 days, analyze keyword performance, fine-tune keywords, and then again sort of get to the next loop. And this should be an ongoing part of what every marketer should be doing, or every search marketer should be doing on a fairly regular basis. Now again, we have created two free keyword tools and put them on the lxrmarketplace.com site. As Marine mentioned, that these are the tools that we have used since 2005. And we have benefited so much in terms of both productivity, efficiency, the quality of output, the results that we are able to generate. We thought that why not really share these tools? Both of them, incidentally, are free tools with everyone so that everyone can really benefit from this. The first tool is called the Keyword Combinator. It enables you to generate thousands of keyword phrases literally in seconds. And we'll actually get into a demo as to how that thing really works. The second is the Keyword Performance Analyzer, which once you have created and basically run those tests, enables you to really segment the keyword list or your keyword portfolio into different classes or groups based on the performance numbers. Now, on generating new keywords, again, this is the URL, and let us now move on to basically the Keyword Combinator tool and see as to how quickly we can generate a fairly wide list of keywords. So I get back to the lxrmarketplace.com site, and on the site there is this link or tab which says PPC tool Keyword Combinator, which enables you to build keyword list. I'll just sort of click into that, and so basically the tool, it has three different columns. It calculates all the different permutations, combinations of the keyword phrases or keywords that you are basically typing in. So let us say I sort of type in shirts, I type in suits, I type in men, I probably sort of go ahead and type in even the plural, men's. I maybe sort of use a particular sort of size, let us say medium. The uniqueness of this tool is you can actually select the match types, because the output from this tool, the keyword list that you are going to generate, is going to be sort of already in a very search engine friendly format, so that you just go ahead and upload the tool onto search engines, the report to the search engines, and you are pretty much done. So let us say we select all broad match type, click on advanced. I want to maybe add a suffix. Let us say I want to add in one of our client names, K-Swiss, out here. You can even do AdWords, Ad Center, Power Posting immediately directly from here. And then I sort of click on Get Result. Within probably less than a second, I get a list of a fairly wide range of keywords. Now, if you see this range of keywords, basically case-waist, medium, men's shirts, broad, etc., etc. So a lot of these may be fairly garbled, but again, we have really observed during our research that close to about 10% of all the keywords can potentially, or keyword phrases may potentially actually not make much sense. When I say much, makes much sense in terms of grammatical sort of placement of words, or maybe in terms of typos, misspellings, etc. But 10% of all the search traffic comes from all these keywords, which may seem garbled keywords or keyword phrases. Now, let me go ahead and download this list. Again, since I have already logged in, it's basically just one single login, and you can really download any number of reports and use all the tools. And once I do that, I am able to get the keyword combinator output. Now, if you see, this is basically, it gives us the match type, etc., etc. Now, in Power Posting, we have in the keyword combinator tool an option whereby you can really add the things like CPC. You can even add things like the URL, the landing page URL, etc. So again, within less than a second, you can really generate thousands of keywords. You can actually use some of these keywords, the performing ones, as the base keywords to generate long tail keywords as well. So let me sort of get back to my presentation. So effectively, this is the keyword combinator tool that we just discussed. Again, let me sort of re-emphasize or repeat the stages that I really went through. So step one, basically go on to lxrmarketplace.com site, and this is the URL. Type in the different keywords into different columns. You can add up to about 100 different keywords in each of these columns. Step two, you basically get a list very similar to the one that I had shown, since I have basically earlier done a similar sort of a test where I added on the CPC and the URL. You can do that as well. Step three, you can really download this entire report or the screen, the results, basically in an Excel format. And the final step is you can pretty much sort of cut paste into Google AdWords editor, and you're within about probably 7 minutes at most, you can really get a fairly wide range of keywords to really go ahead and start testing. Now again, let us sort of emphasize this part. It is only 7 minutes that you should take to generate a potential combination of probably about 1,000 plus keywords within less than a second. And going through the entire process would probably take you about 7 minutes. The next tool is the keyword analyzer tool. So now you have generated the keywords, you have sort of created those ad groups, campaigns, etc. And after about 30 days, you want to check as to how these keywords or keyword groups are performing. So this stage is what we call the keyword performance analysis. Now again, our research shows, unfortunately, probably marketers or search marketers, only about 23% of them really bother to check the keyword list on a regular basis. When I say regular basis, it's just once a month. Most of the marketers don't really even look at analyzing their overall keyword portfolio performance on a quarterly basis. So again, we recommend doing this every 15 days at least, just to sort of keep your keyword list, which is pretty much the biggest currency for getting those traffic in and the relevant quality conversions and traffic, etc., fresh. So again, this is the Google AdWords screen. In the AdWords screen, you go to the keyword section or keyword tab, and under that you select the keyword report, the report tab and the keyword report section. It's a very standard Google AdWords or Bing report. Just download the report in CSV format or Excel format, and then basically use this tool, which is called the PPC Performance Analyzer. And let me again show you how it sort of works. So we already had downloaded a file for one of our clients from basically Google AdWords reporting section. So I'll just go ahead and upload this. I next sort of select the key metric on the basis of which you want to really classify this entire keyword set, and then click on Get Result. Once you click on Get Result, again, this is probably less than a minute, you would see that the tool automatically uses about 2 different pieces of algorithm to go ahead and classify all the keywords, and incidentally in this list there were just about 1,000 keywords. Around 4,500 keywords where you got about 1,000 conversions into different sets. You have the top converting keyword set. You had the other converting keyword set, which were not really the top converting ones. You had keywords with clicks, which did not get any sale. You had keywords with impressions, but no clicks. So effectively, the idea here is how can you really identify, and typically you should take about a 3-month data set or a keyword data set to do this analysis. How can you identify those keywords which have got clicks? So effectively you have spent a certain amount of your budget on these keywords, but you have not really got any conversions basically. Now I must sort of add in a disclaimer here. It's basically only last click conversion that we are measuring. Now again, I mean, we work in the e-commerce sector and where the ROI and the sales part becomes very, very important. And we have seen time and again that last click conversions become the most important metric for which to measure. I mean, we do a lot of attribution analysis, attribution study, but last click is probably the toughest measure. And if you are able to really qualify or do well on this measure, you would absolutely inevitably do well on the attribution measure as well. So in this case, for example, you have about 1766 keywords where $9,400 were spent, which was almost about 50% of the entire budget. Now, we have basically for each of these segments very specific recommendations as to what you should do with these numbers. Again, I mean, these may have to be customized so as to meet your specific requirements. But again, just to give you an example, this is what has been immensely helpful for our team to really go ahead and utilize. Now again, I just sort of take you through the stages. So step 1, go to your Google AdWords account, go to the keyword tab and download or generate the keyword report, keyword performance report. Try to do it for the last 3 months because 3 months is a substantial amount of data for any mid-sized company. Go to the keyword performance analyzer tool, again on lxrmarketplace.com. Select your key metric, upload the file that you have downloaded from AdWords. Step 3, it automatically, just one click, maybe about 30 seconds, it will automatically classify your entire keyword list and classify based on the different performance levels. At most, depending, I mean, if you have a million keyword list, that probably will take you probably about 8 minutes. So effectively, what we are talking of here is these two, just by using these two tools in tandem, we have been able to realize a 5% to 7% reduction in cost of acquisition or cost per conversion, however you may want to really sort of mention this. Now, that has happened in an amazingly short time frame of 90 days. So effectively, again, to re-emphasize the importance of this tool, all that you need to do as a search marketer is spend 15 minutes every 15 days. That is 1 minute per day. The total time invested by you in 90 days, which is 3 months, is 90 minutes, which is an hour and a half. The tools cost nothing. They're all free. And we have tried to really sort of emphasize this fact because we really want you to benefit from these tools. Very simple. Again, Merin mentioned simple is powerful. I mean, we have benefited. So there is no reason why your campaign shouldn't really sort of benefit from this. And we have tried to give an example of the value of 90 minutes for Joe, the retail search marketer. So today, Joe basically runs a campaign, a Google AdWords campaign, where his budget is $10,000 a month. So in 3 months, 90 days, he's spending $30,000. The average cost per order for Joe is $100. So basically, if you really just divide the overall PPC spend divided by the cost of order, you will sort of get the number of orders. He gets about 300 orders by spending $30,000 a month. We have assumed an average order value of $200 per order. So the sales revenue that Joe is able to realize through his PPC ads is $60,000. By using these tools, Keyword Combinator and Keyword Performance Analyzer, after 90 days, this is the benefit that Joe can expect to realize. Again, the monthly PPC spend remains exactly the same. He is not really even spending a cent more. The average cost per order comes down to 93 because of the performance improvement we are able to deliver through these tools. So effectively, at a cost per order of $93, Joe gets not 300, but 323 orders in 3 months. Using the same average order value of $200, his sales revenue from the same budget of $10,000 a month, $30,000 in 3 months, is $64,600. So what basically Joe has been able to do, he has been able to realize an incremental sales of $4,600 in a span of 90 days for the same PPC spend. I mean, it's basically your choice. What is more important for you, 90 minutes of your time in 3 months, or a minute a day, or $4,600 of sales revenue? I move on to the last tool. It's actually a metric which we again have really benefited immensely from. It is an essential metric for every search marketer to use. And this metric is called the value per click. The way that we are defining value in this case is the last click revenue minus the cost of clicks divided by the number of clicks. Now this, I must mention that, as I mentioned, we work exclusively with e-commerce companies and we are exceptionally ROI focused. So a lot of the things that we are presenting is very, very applicable to ROI marketers. It may not be equally applicable to the people who are sort of looking at things like the brand awareness increase and the brand visibility expansion, etc., etc. And secondly, all this is done on a last click basis, primarily because that is the toughest measure of performance anyway. Now, just a simple metric, revenue minus cost of click divided by number of clicks. If you really apply it across geos, you can actually find out whether your search engine visitor coming from Florida is more valuable compared to someone who is coming from North Carolina. Is the North Carolina guy per visit more value or higher, has a higher value compared to someone in California, etc.? Believe me, very few people really do this level of geo-segmented differential bidding strategy. I mean, if you are able to get a higher value per click for a visitor who is coming from Ohio, why should you not really look at a bidding strategy which incentivizes or allocates a higher budget to that particular area, because you can theoretically afford to even spend more because you are getting a higher value customer. The same metric, again, value per click, can be applied across day parts for, again, creating an optimal bidding strategy. Now, this is basically a screenshot that I have taken from our proprietary technology, LXR Retail's bidding section. It has the capability of an automatic bidding, so we are able to collect all the bid amounts across day parts on a real-time basis and automatically really sort of bid accordingly. Now, again, very interestingly, if you do the same analysis, value per click analysis on your campaigns and do it for 24 hours a day, I can actually guarantee you that you would find at least about 8 to 9 hours in the 24-hour span where you have hardly realized an optimal value per click. But you still probably have not really gone for a basically a day-parted bidding strategy. You are just going ahead applying the same bid that you probably would have applied at 10 a.m. Eastern as you are applying probably at 2 in the night. So again, this is something which, again, we really recommend very strongly as to how to even utilize this particular metric. The third piece is you can use the same metric. That is the power of this metric, a very simplistic value per click. You should apply it while analyzing all your promotions. We have seen that retail marketers specifically, e-commerce marketers, tend to run a slew of promotions. But probably less than 20% actually analyze each and every promotion, find the learnings and apply the learnings to run the next promotion more effectively and intelligently. This value per click can be a great metric for you to really compare promotion. If you really are able to gather all this information intelligence, store this in your archive, your knowledge bank, your knowledge base, because this can really help you run much more intelligent promotions in a very systematic, disciplined manner. So these are the 3 tools plus 1 key metric we wanted to present to you today. Let me hand it back to Marin.
Thank you, Dan. So today, in short, we're talking about your SEO, SEM Tool Kit. We discussed LSR Marketplace's SEO competitor analysis tool, the keyword tools for the keyword combinator and the keyword analyzer. And then we discussed the essential key metric for all search marketers, which is value per click. And you can find all this at www.lxrmarketplace.com, so please feel free to visit there at your convenience. And if you found today's session to be helpful, we would love it if you would help us share the knowledge by tweeting about today's webinar. You can tweet hashtag NetElixir SEM Tools at NetElixir. And now we're going to open it up to any questions. So if you have a question, please feel free to ask. Okay, first question. All right, Udayan, how can we generate long-tail keywords using the keyword combinator tool?
Great question, Marin. I mean, again, I'll sort of go back to the Elixir Marketplace site. So again, on the Elixir Marketplace site, we go to the keyword combinator tool, and the list that you had generated initially, the get result list. Now select these as the base keywords for each column. Let us say K-Swiss medium men's shirts, and feed that in as the base keyword in the keyword combinator tool. So this basically becomes just go to the keyword combinator tool back again. And I will sort of now utilize this to really create those long tail keywords. And now if you really want to make it, let us say, white shirts and medium, probably I can sort of even put tall and just go, I mean, you can even do a power posting by sort of adding the bid amounts, let us say 50 cents, and put the destination URL. I will sort of still keep on using K-Swiss for this and get result. So basically, again, it's just a question of reiterative. Suddenly this entire thing becomes a much more long tail keyword as such. And you constantly utilize this process through this iteration process or mechanism. You're able to really come up with an enormous number of long tail keywords per se.
Okay. All right. Let's see any more questions. All right. Here's one. How do we use the SEO analysis report?
See, the SEO analysis report which has been presented, I mean, often we sort of get this question as to, we have got this report, now what do we do with that? So effectively, what we recommend is basically three types. One is there are recommendations which are there for each and every section or each and every segment of the analysis. So please utilize this recommendation and go through that. Check that out also for your competitor's site, because that would really help you get an understanding of the category level findability of the competitor. And the final thing, which is a very important and a very powerful message from our side, is please consider SEO and SEM holistically. Because if you find that the competitor's website is not very well optimized, let us say for flatware on a particular term, or let us say like flatware, you can actually go ahead and really do a two-pronged attack through SEO, as well as booking a lot of those PPC keywords to really go ahead and get a higher share of the market. So that's, I think, what I mean, my sort of recommendation on this would be. So read the recommendations. Second, look, understand, analyze the category level information, and the third part is look at relative SEO, SEM strengths by using this report.
Okay, actually we're out of time now, so thank you for all the questions that we have received. Those that haven't been able to be answered today, we'll respond to you personally, so we'll reach out to you. So once again, thank you for joining us. Feel free to join our LinkedIn group, NetElixir University. Access our tools at lxrmarketplace.com. And if you'd like to download the slides from this presentation, you can go to netelixir.com, 3semtools.html. Any questions, or if you'd like to reach out to me after our presentation, you can email me at the email listed or my phone number. And Uday and I really appreciate your time today, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care.